Alright, so we are back with episode 77 of the Mokhul Empire. And why are you laughing?
77 is just a big number.
It is a big number. We've been playing this for quite some time, and you're still not level 20. Ha ha ha. Anyway,
Houston. 76. Two major things happened.
Yep.
We encountered a orc girl with short-term memory loss. And other than that, the most important thing was that Gwendeth chucked a skull. Elsa chucked a skull.
Yeah, it's very true.
I mean, there's context to it, which you've left out, but it's true, yes.
I didn't realise how close he made his characters' names, like Gwen, Death, and Elsa. Like,
yeah, it's honestly not our fault because we're mixing them up.
Yeah, it's surprised we don't make that mistake more often. For an actual catch-up, then, we headed to Port Phobos eventually, and acquired a guide to head us through the swamp towards the Crystal Wastes. Turns out he's terrible at his job, and then Maisie does a fantastic job at proving how valuable she is as an asset to the group by almost immediately committing suicide. We then get through the swamp and then start heading through the Crystal Wastes. Find a dragon skull amongst like the large shards of crystal that will make up the sand, and rest in the mansion after quite a bit of travel. After that, we then decide to teleport up into the mountains because that'll then give us a better span of the horizon and be able to pinpoint exactly where we want to teleport to. Whilst we're up there, Elsa finds some divine relics and tosses a dwarf off. And then the party then teleport again, and then they land in the lair of one of the many, many, many blue dragons that inhabit the Crystal Wastes.
Anyone want to amend anything to that?
Yeah, I just want to amend that this last part is merely the interpretation of Chester as he will write it in his new novel. The actual version, there's one dragon.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, the many other army of blue dragons. This will be called the Crystal Wastes and the Blue Dragon Flight or something fancy like that.
It will be.
Alright, can I have initiative from Makral and Laniros?
If you ask nicely.
Please.
I mean, he did, right?
Well, I missed it, so... There you go.
How bad is this like to be?
Yeah, maybe don't die. Might struggle to do that. We'll see. We'll have fun.
Alright.
I know I'm going to climb on top of the fucker. Are we doing the DMG rules of, like, climbing on stuff that's bigger than you?
What?
The optional rules. If you climb on something.
To mount the dragon, Liam.
Yeah, I want to mount the dragon.
You can try to grapple it and then mount it, yes. But anyway, Laniros, it's your turn.
Yep, first thing I'll do is I'll cast Hold Monster on it.
Okie dokie. That's a wisdom save, right? Or is it con? It's wisdom.
It is a wisdom save.
Alright, it fails, but succeeds to choose instead. Chooses to succeed instead, sorry. I got that the wrong way around. Yep.
After that, I'll move 1, 2, 3, 6 over there.
Alright, cool.
That's me.
Alright, Maisie, your turn.
Cool. She will try and get as far... I know she won't, actually. I just realised what's going on. She'll run here.
Okie dokie. Right into the open.
Yep. Hold her hands up, or at least back. She'll probably go here. I know exactly how to deal with dogs. Code of gold!
Yes! Alright, cool. Yeah, it fails the saving throw, takes the full brunt of the fire damage.
That didn't look like Code of Gold at all. And my turn.
Okay. Alright, so, first things first. Maisie, behind you, you hear the rocks falling down. You're not alone. The dragon is not the only creature in this cavern. And coming bursting forth from the sand, from hiding there, you see this small creature with a sort of dinosaur bone for a helmet. And you see it's got a bow in its hand, and it pulls back the arrow. and fires down towards Maisie.
Of course, it's got cretins.
And Maisie, an arrow strikes you in the side for 9 piercing damage, and then can you make a con save?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you take 6 poison damage as well, so a total of 15 damage you've taken, and you manage to turn around and rip the arrow free and chuck it to the ground, and you see that it's covered in some sort of thick black tar. And then you look up at the kobold with the dinosaur helm for dinosaur bone helm, and it just bangs its bow against its like wooden armor, and then roars up into the sky. And you can see a couple more appearing around you.
Puppies.
Watch out, they're covering their arrows and shit.
I
And
can't believe there's hidden things in the initiative order.
the dragon in front of you. Its great wings burst out, and there's that smell of ozone wafts over you all, and then it flies up into the air, and as it flies over you all, you see the lightning crackling up and down its horn, down to its maw, and a basically storm cloud of lightning just bursts out of its maw, kicking up dust, turning parts of the sand into glass crystals, and it goes over Makra, Elzef, and Orwin. Can you all make dex saves, please?
Sucks. The
I
bomb
would
or
like
anything.
to use my reaction to activate the Amulet of the Sentinel
Yep.
and spend 4 charges
Yep.
to grant Chester's Bride to Be and Owen advantage on this, and myself.
Alright, cool.
Do I have to take it as
Chester's
well?
bride to be isn't in this, is
I
she?
didn't think I was in it.
Oh, then
No,
Macro
she's
gets
not.
it.
I already got advantage, so that helps me
Okay.
as you.
That's 1 charge less than...
So that's an with advantage, right?
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Come on, baby.
That's fucking beefy roll, Lars. Good time for
20.
that.
Alright, so you will pass, and you will take 30 lightning damage.
30!
Fucking hell.
God, I'm not
remember you
3
have-
levels lower less than I should be as well.
We do have temporary hit points from Macy.
How many was that?
13 was it? It was.
13. So.
I would like to cast Hold Monster as a reaction.
Oh, as a reaction, eh?
Yes. I'm going to use my free meta magic on that as well.
Alright, it fails, but chooses to succeed instead. I don't know why I can't say that sentence.
Oh, that's 2 burnt, guys.
Get some proper wind noise from you, Todd.
Sorry,
That's alright.
it's my breath.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Just move
Just-
the mic. Like,
Just
lift it
stop
up a bit.
breathing.
Or
Oh no,
down.
it's very loud. Hang on, I'll try it.
It's
Just
alright.
hold
Okay.
your breath.
Macro, it is your turn. It is currently 15 feet above you.
Not within real range of me in any shape or form. Can I jump 5 foot and then hit it?
I will allow you to jump, but you'll only get 1 attack.
Oh yeah, that's no good. Oh, Macro's got an idea. What is it doing now? Is it just like, is it hovering over top of us, or is it mid-flight
Yeah.
from one way to the other?
Casting a doom shadow over the 3 of you.
Oh, I've got an idea. How tall's this pillar here? To
Which pillar are you talking about? That one.
pillar here, brick pillar.
That's about 20 foot high.
Sweet. Macro climbs up that, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, so as you leave its area of threat, its tail lashes out at you.
Cheeky bugger.
Did you want to do anything? Lower your AC, anything like that?
No, I'll just let him do it.
Alright, misses, cracks against the sand next to you.
Cool. How much movement will it take me to climb up this pillar?
If you give me an athletics check, I'll let you take half. Yeah, you leap, land.
Up there.
Yeah, you do a proper Lara Croft to just pull yourself up to the top.
With that, can we say from the top of it, I just jump off and then try and jump on the dragon's back?
I'll give you disadvantage if you're going to do that, because we've just done the climbing action.
Sweet.
You can reckless, obviously, to make it straight.
I wasn't going to attack him. I was just trying to grapple him whilst he was middle.
Okay, alright.
So just make another acrobatic check then.
Yes, another athletics.
I'll rage as I'm flying through the air. Where's my rage button? There it is. So advantage and 31.
You passed just by a little bit. But yes, you managed to grapple onto him. You're now holding onto one of his legs, the left leg. Just you're hanging about 5-6 feet off the ground, holding on. The dragon looks like he's having a bit of trouble holding on to this like 300-pound bugbear.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a fair bit of weight hanging on his leg now. But yeah, that's fine. I am my turn hanging on the little fucker's leg.
Alright, so to the southwest, another kobold appears, brandishes its bow, and fires towards Orwin.
Rude.
Watch out for the bone puppies.
He's got disadvantage.
That's good, because he actually would have crit if you hadn't done that. What's your AC now?
17.
Looks like it's going to hit if you want to do anything.
I will shield.
Yeah.
No, I can't, because I used my reaction.
A reaction. Alright, can you make a con save? Cool, so you are hit for 9 piercing damage and 5 poison as the arrow embeds itself into the meat of your calf. Cool. The dragon will use a legendary action and attempt to wing attack. Orwin. No, actually, he's just going to fucking try to slap Macro. Why wouldn't you?
Huh.
Macro, the tail flings round and cracks into you for 21 bludgeoning.
Is that reduced?
Oh, so 10. Then it's Elzev's turn.
Elsev spends free use of Eldritch Cannon as an action and uses a first level spell slot to create 2 Eldritch Cannons. Oh, not Eldritch Cannons, what are they? Oh no, they are called Eldritch Cannon, Jesus. So that's the first one. That's the second one.
Okay.
I can't pull out the second one, what? Oh no, it worked. It finally worked.
Just roll 20, being a little bit laggy.
If you are within 10 feet of these, you have +2 AC. You have cover. Don't forget that.
Okay.
You wanna be next to them. And then they just start blasting. Really.
So I started blasting.
They start blasting. They have 120 feet range, so they're gonna shoot this kobold.
Yeah, okay.
This one.
Taking out the odds.
23 for 15 and 13 for 9.
Yeah, the 23 blasts the ground near it, shoots rock and shrapnel up into its face, but the second one misses.
Okie dokes, and that was my turn.
Cool. The dragon begins spinning, and with one of its legendary actions will... Actually, no, it will turn and use the wing attack on Orwin and Elzef. Can Orwin and Elzef make dexterity saving throws, please?
Wing attack? Says fucking Pokemon.
That's genuinely a legendary action. Oh, Orwin's good. So both of you take 6 bludgeoning damage as rock, debris, and sand and bits of sharp flint fly up towards you, but you manage to hold on without being knocked prone.
Resilient dexterity, bitches.
Yeah.
It's more like a gust from Pokemon now, I guess, at that point.
Alright, Orwin.
Heightened hold monster, I think.
Does that give me disadvantage or something?
It does, yes.
Okay. Upon which he fails, but chooses to succeed instead.
It's done.
How many rounds does he get?
The 3 that he's used.
Oh, he's fucked.
Anything else for you, Orwin?
Yes, I am going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hide behind this pillar here.
Cool. Alright, so behind you, Lineros, rocks and bits of sand drift down, and you see above you one of the kobolds, and you see the shine of a short sword in his hand as he leaps from the cliffside to try to jump down and attack you.
Oh, is this one gonna be the next crossbow elf?
Is there anything you'd like to do? As it goes, it looks like he's doing a Sephiroth killing Aerith. as it flies down towards you.
Well, let me know if it's going to hit or not, and then I'll go tell you. if I
Looks
wanna
like
listen.
it is gonna hit you.
Yeah, fine.
Yep, he hits the shield, and then with the momentum, carries straight through, shatters the shield, and the sword hits you in the shoulder and drags down, leaving a nice gash.
Rude.
He crit.
Yeah, that's exactly. So that's rude.
Can you make a con save, please? Okay, so you are considered poisoned.
It's against poison, yes, so it's a 30.
Oh, yeah, okay, so you're not poisoned, so you take half damage. So you take a total of 12 piercing damage and 8 poison damage.
Yeah, and then I'll have it again because I have resistance as well.
Look at
Right.
this man's con saving throws. What the fuck?
So that was 12 piercing and 4 after reduction, right?
Yeah,
How much temp hit points did we get from you, Maisie?
it's 13.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Right.
Cool. After his turn, Lanier, it's your turn.
Well, I've learned my lesson not dealing with these guys, so I will frostbite him.
The kobold, yep.
Yeah.
He fails.
Okay, so it's 12 full damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Yeah, he's like... "Ah!" He's not used to cold, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
After which, 1, 2, 6 over there.
He will attempt to get an attack opportunity.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fails, and in fact, he hits your arcane shield, and as it hits it sparks, and the short sword goes flying out of his hand, and he just looks at it embedded in the sand, like...
Crit one way or the other.
He crit and then rolled on that one.
Yeah. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Maisie, you're up.
Alright. Kind of like pull shit out of her pockets, like throwing the ruby and the chest of figurines. What's all of these shit bollocks?
Todd's
Oh!
doing that Mike impersonation. I'm going dead fucking quiet.
Delightful! And blasts, and finds the disintegrate wand and blasts it at the dragon.
Oh!
Jesus Christ! Whilst I'm riding him as well.
Alright, fails, taking the full 81 force damage.
Fuck yeah!
Can't do it, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you blast one up like a hole through its wing, and it begins spinning. And Macro, you're holding on, and you're just going as you're like holding on, and it's spinning too.
what a useful little tree branch. And the turn.
Make sure you negate one of the charges for that.
Already done.
All right, so Macro, one of the arrows comes as you're spinning around. One of the arrows misses like you narrowly, and then ricochets off of Elsa's armor. As one of the kobolds in the upper left is fired down, and then a spark of lightning shoots from one of the columns down to the column where Orwin is, just missing Orwin narrowly. But can Maisie and Elsif both make dexterity saving throws, please?
No.
Alright, so you take this damage, and then Elsif takes half as the lightning. So 12 damage for Maisie, 12 lightning damage that is, and 6 for Elsif. And then the blue dragon. Oh. Spins, lands next to, clashes against the ground next to Elsif, begins thrashing. Makra, it stands up on its hind legs and goes down to grapple you, rakes across your flesh with one claw, tries to grab you over, but you're holding on. And as you hold on, you're peeling parts of its scale and skin as you hold on, and its other claw rakes down your back. In total, you take 15 slashing damage.
Is that reduced?
Yeah, that is reduced. That's half.
Cool.
And then, Elzef, as you are holding up your shield, the tail whacks you clean in the chest for 18 bludgeoning.
Does it though?
It does, yes. Boof! And then does no damage. Your armor sinks it. Yeah. Sinks the damage. Barely though, it was close.
What? Against 31 AC it was close?
Yeah. Oh.
Jesus.
Alright. That's the end of its turn. Macra.
Right, Maisie. This is how you effectively neutralize a flying threat, and he's going to attempt to scramble up the dragon, get on its back, and then pin its wings to itself, and then, like in the same maneuver, try and like just pile drive it into the floor.
So what you're trying to tell me is you're trying to make it go prone, right? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
I'm
saying?
knocking prone.
All right, so make another athletics check.
Looks like the
Fine,
same
gra-
technique
gra-
you used to enslave your wife.
Grappling its wings.
Yep,
28.
you managed to grapple its wings.
Maisie, did you stand in the sun for too long?
Genuinely looks up.
How much does this fucking take from colliding into the ground?
Are you actually just a normal attack then? Because you've managed to make it prone. You grappled it, made it prone.
All right. I thought is it not airborne still? Then no.
No, it slammed to the floor. I did actually say the thing slams down in front of Elzef, and its tail nearly
It was
hits
probably already prone then, or did it stand up on its turn?
Yeah.
Stood up on its turn.
Did you not listen to my description? It stood up and revoked you of its
I thought you were
claws.
just being dramatic. I didn't realise it was actually prone. I'll just twat it then.
Alright, that's fair enough. I can be dramatic.
22 for 17.
That's a good hit. Yep, you managed to pile drive it down, and the Kopesh cuts across the top of its head, peeling off scales. And while you're up there, you are getting tiny static shocks. You can feel them like little needles all over your body, and everyone can see Macrot's hair's just gone like completely.
I bet it's quite nice. It's like electro pulse therapy on your muscles.
All right,
And
so
that's me. End up.
it spins and turns onto its stomach and attempts to bite you, Macro. And its big jaw comes up and bites down onto your side for a total of 20 piercing damage and 9 lightning, so a total of 19 damage.
I'll smack it back then. How much damage? Sorry.
Total of 19.
19. Whacking back for.
That
So
misses.
he's prone, so it'll still be. 20.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep, nice hit.
Stop it, you little bastard! It's like when your cat bites you and it goes onto its back there.
Uh-huh. And Macro, can you make a con save? One of the kobolds has just shot his arrow, and it looks like it's going to be a good hit.
Wank it. Oh, that's a fucking my con saves are shite.
Alright, so you take a total of only 5 piercing damage, but then you take 23 poison damage and are poisoned as the arrow hits you clean in the buttocks.
Oh.
Did Arnis Drow get reincarnated as kobolds?
There's always Drow, even if there isn't.
Alright, at the end of the kobold's turn, it attempts to bite you again.
The code
It misses. No, at the end of the kobold's turn, the dragon uses legendary action. Tries to bite you again, Macro, but misses. Elzef, your turn.
Elsef unleashes her full might on this poor man.
Okay.
It's one Force Ballista. That's the second Force Ballista.
Both hit.
And then Elsef casts Scorching Ray. It's one. Oh, that's a miss. 2. It's 3 fire damage, what the hell? To the 3 I add... where is it? What the fuck is it? Arcane Firearm. For another 3, so 6 damage.
Yep, total. Yep, he looks like he's pretty hurt now. Still going, though.
Okay, I end my turn.
Alright.
That's some really shitty Scorching Ray rolls.
Yep, and just because it can... I can't... The tail comes up and whacks you, Macro, for 10.
Can you not? Is that reduced?
Yep, that is reduced, that's half. And then Alwyn.
It's following Maisie's footsteps, I think.
What DC is it?
18, I believe. Yeah. Although, no, fuck it. Let's make it a heightened spell.
I'm glad you did. Because it hits now. It would have passed without that. And as the disintegration ray goes through it, when you see it strike the lower ribs and come out the other side, leaving that kind of cartoon-esque hole that you can cleanly see through. And the thing is slowing down, and one of its claws just slumps to the ground, and its tail goes weak and numb and limp, and you just hear it growling, blood in its throat, coughing up between its teeth. Anything else?
Just move to the next pillar to get out of line of sight of that other thing that's coming after me.
Talking of that, it's its turn. It moves here. Moves around here. And you see it's missing its short sword, Lineros. So it draws its short bow. Looks towards Orwen, who just blew a hole through its dragon. And then sees Lineros, who hasn't done much. And then fires at Lineros.
Fine. Be that way.
And it goes and it goes wide. And Lineros, it's your turn.
Uh-huh. Okay. Deal with you little shit later. Alright, let's see. One, two, 6. No, I won't be able to do that. Okay. I will cast Hold Moltron again.
On the dragon.
Yep.
Oh, this time it actually passes. The one time I need it.
DC is 20.
Yeah, it rolled 22.
Okay. I mean, that's just rude. And then after that, I'll just run up into this gobble's face.
Oh shit, yeah, he looks completely surprised. You've run at it. Ah! Alright. Maisie.
Okay. Move about here. What to do? Oh, this girl's a bag of shit. Oh, here's what I know. What?
Cool. Is this at the dragon?
Yeah.
Alright, so first things first. The first one kills it.
Shit.
Alright.
Shoot it clean in the eyeball and it just goes dead. So you can aim the second scorching ray at something else if you want.
This cobalt here for the second one.
Yep, that hits. Remember, you get quite a lot of scorching rays because you've cast it at 5th level.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going through them now. This one on the same cobalt until I get dies.
Yep, hits.
I got 6. This is
Hits.
my 4th.
And you get charisma on every Scorching Ray.
Yeah, because he's celestial. You get your charisma modifier to fire and radiant damage.
Jesus.
It's OP.
There you go. On this bone puppy here.
Actually, I will check that off in a minute because I don't know. I think it might just be 1 that you get to add your
Yeah, that's
charisma.
what I'm thinking. Like Sorcerer, right?
Yeah, no, it's not sorcerer. It's warlock.
Well, I thought you were a cleric. I've been lied to.
Oh, I was going to be a cleric, and then I changed.
He's going to check for you at the moment, Todd, because I think you only get to add your charisma modifier
Yeah,
to
it's
1.
you can add your charisma modifier to 1 radiant or fire damage roll off that
Got it.
spell against one of its targets.
Cool. All right,
It's very limited. I was like, that's
Just take it
25
off.
damage on a Scorching Ray.
The first one still did 14. The rest just did -5.
Yeah, the rest of them just healed him for 20. It's really weird.
You got that, Todd?
Yep, got it.
All right, cool. Anything else?
No.
All right, cool. That
Did
one
I
that
kill
you
the bone puppy?
no,
Ugh. I killed the big dog.
and the kobold sees its like dragon overlord dead, fires randomly a shot at you, Maisie, which goes wide and begins to run.
Like it. That's right. Peace off. I've got a giant owlbear and a little baby troll with its own toolkit.
I knew when you would roll the fire soul that this would be great. Yeah, Macro, it's your turn.
Does this Cobalt look like he's petrified and ready to run as well?
Yeah, they all do.
Macro pulls out his skinning knife with a massive smile on his face.
Of
Like
course you do.
mid-fight. Amazing. Time to
We've
take
got
the
one, boys.
testicles. Sorry, boys, need to run to the loo.
And as you pull out your skinning knife, the kobold in the southwest crits you for a total of... You didn't attack, didn't do anything, so your rage ends. So you then get an arrow clean through the shoulder blade for a total of 15 piercing and 28 poison.
I would like to negate that critical.
Oh, okay. So it's 9... Yeah, that's good. 9 piercing and 18 poison. So a total of 26 damage. And then it does a runner. Alright, Elzef?
Elsef kills this kobold in particular.
Cool.
Once. Oh, that's a miss. Twice.
Cool. And
That's not already discussed.
yeah, Liniros, in front of you, the kobold just turns to mist as the Eldritch Cannon kills it.
And then just Elsef just dodges. There's nothing left to do.
Alright, cool. Orwin.
Everything's run away. I think he just nurses his wounds.
Are you going to let as a group then, as we get to the top of the initiative order, are you going to let the kobolds run?
Sure.
I mean, they're very fast, and it's hot out here. We'd have to chase.
We've got plenty of meat here. How do we go anywhere else?
Sorry, what did I miss?
I don't know what could possibly go wrong, but yes, I do agree with the group that in character I wouldn't chase them either.
Alright, so no one's chasing the kobolds, so I can end combat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I will... End of combat, well done. You defeated the blue dragon and his minions.
Right, Elzef, tell me what I'm doing, and then also show me what I'm doing. You do have the guidance spell, don't you?
I can guidance you, but how would I show you what to do? What do you
Well,
want
that's
to
fine.
do?
Well, tell me what to do, and then hold this for me. If you want guidance and assistance, mate, for advantage.
Yeah, sure.
What do I add to my... Oh, you need roll a d4, don't you?
Do you want to break off the horn, or what are you doing here?
I'm skinning the fucker. I mean, some fillets off him. I want his hide. I want his teeth. I want everything. I'm going to strip. I'm going to like Native American him.
I see.
I'm going to use every single bit of this fucker.
Laniros, do you still want shoes?
Well, maybe.
Well, I have a dragon here right now.
Roll. That's a d4.
Whilst Makra tries to butcher some testicles, I'm going to cast Mold Earth numerous times and create some steps up this cliff face. Just have a look out up the top.
Well done. Yeah, okay. Can you make a perception check?
That's an 18 on my
Probably
book trivia
not.
of this dragon. What do I get?
Alright.
DM.
Alright, so let me describe. Oh, and as you get to the top and look around, you can see one kobold running across the wastes here. This area, it reminds you more of the typical desert that you see in the Yellow Sea, and unlike the Crystal Waste that you've been travelling through, the middle of the Crystal Waste seems to be an actual kind of sand desert rather than that crystal glass type thing. So here you've got rolling dunes, you've got some shrub and cacti. The sky here has small wisps of white clouds just hanging there in the air, and there are some sort of small cyclones, sand cyclones, in the distance and in the horizon. Other than that, you don't see much other than the kobold just running for his dear life.
Yeah, he's just going to sit up there and keep an eye out for more kobolds and dragons while Makra does weird things.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Elsef just focuses on a large chunk of dragon and then casts Fabricate to create 5 pairs of blue dragon scale boots.
Nice.
Because Elthef has leatherworker's tools proficiency.
Nice.
I like it.
And
We
then
probably
hands
should have
them
caught
out.
one of them, because maybe they knew where the direction to the Underdark was.
So, Makra, you managed to preserve 14 teeth.
14 teeth. Ah, where's your mouse gone? There we go, 14 teeth.
So everyone add a pair of blue dragon leather boots to your inventory.
Did they do anything?
And 49 blue scales.
I suppose they'll make spiky ground hurt less.
How many scales, my friend?
49.
49 skills. Bones. I want the skull at least.
Alright, so if he's going to get any more, you guys are going to have to be here for a while.
That's
okay.
I assumed that was going to be the case, which is why I thought I'd look out.
Okay, so also, Lineros and your passive perception, to the north of here, you see there is a temple built into the wall, and it does go in. It's not like it's just a facade, like, carved. There is actually an interior here, and you have a feeling that may have been the dragon's lair. But, alright, so if you're continuing to go,
do you reckon there's like shit in there? He does
Yeah,
this
I was gonna say, Elsef investigates the dragon's lair.
Do you reckon there's shit in there?
Right, so first of all, we'll deal with Curtis then. Curtis is a skinning endeavour. Curtis, what are you after? Tell me. You've got the scales, you've got some teeth. What are you particularly after?
Bones. Oh, he wants a skull, just because that'd look cool.
Have you looked at the giant fucking horn on its nose, Curtis?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a part of the skull.
Right, this is
I'm
difficult.
going to be able to carry a dragon's skull.
Roll survival. This is a difficult roll. This skull is like the size of you.
I doubt that, but he's probably about half the size of me.
No, he's not.
Oh, why is my mouse being so shit? Oh, I must be running out of battery. Alzef, come hold the skull whilst I cut it off.
Are you taxidermists?
Do I still get the same guidance rolls before? Or do I need? Does he need cast it again?
No, you need. Just roll the damn survival check.
I can't fucking get to it. My mouse isn't working. It's not. I can't open my character sheet.
Oh, damn it! I'll do it.
Yeah, if you can get to it before me, that'd be ace. But
There we go. And you
there
botch.
No, I didn't. I was getting guidance and assistance from Alsaf again.
No, Elsef is busy. Elsef doesn't give a shit about your dragon.
So as you bring the Copa up and you immediately go to cut down upon its spinal cord, there's a bit of residual lightning in its horn, which shocks you for a total of 9 lightning damage.
It'd been funny if I died whilst butchering this like dragon.
Oh, he's a shit taxidermist.
You were fucking helping me, you little shit. You could have held that.
You doing amazing.
Yeah.
Elzef.
I don't understand. How best talk?
As you
You called him a bat.
okay, so as you go into its lair, you pass between these sandstone columns and into a very cool interior, much cooler than outside. Immediately you're relieved as you are out of the sun of the outside. And it's quite a spacious cavern in here, and there are bars and urns all stacked up along sandstone shelves and ledges as it passes like into this. It's been built by, looks like man-made or carved. It's a big cube of an interior, and these vases are all like huge, like 5 foot tall, and you can smell fresh water, like that kind of delicious fresh spring smell. And as you walk further in, you look down and you've stepped into shallow water, and you see at the far end there's been a sort of cave-in, and water is leaking in through the walls here. You don't notice anything of import.
I've looked through the lair. There's no treasure. This is a shit dragon.
It's dragon. It's got to have treasure somewhere.
We should also look to see if perhaps there's a way into the Crystal Dark from there.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
that'd be worth it.
cave-in of some sort. If you have digging tools, we could check, but
Well, I'll go and have a look to see if there's something I can do about it.
Or your excavation skills like Alzef.
I'll go and have a look to see what I can find in there.
well, with my current spells,
Okay.
I can transform like 5 foot by 5 foot of stone, but that's not gonna do much on a cave-in.
I guess we saw Olwyn make them staircase it into the rock. He might be able to do something if we shout him down in a minute.
Do I find anything more after looking through a little bit, and possibly also tell me about the cave-in and see if it's movable in some way.
Okay, yeah, so you walk in and you give it a bit look around. Not one part of the treasure in here, no, actually realises the fresh water. The water is perfectly clean. it looks like whatever this blue dragon did, it kept his lair rather pristine. Maybe because it had kobold servants and didn't have to do it itself, and everything seems orderly, like to the point that would satisfy you, not some sort of monster. And everything seems to be ordered. The urns and the vases, you realise very swiftly, are ancient and probably worth something. They're filled with sand, and as you shuffle through some of them, you find that they're filled with bones, creature bones. You hold one skull out, and it looks to be the skull of a bird, some sort of bird creature. You put it back in, and you move around the different urns. And as you go to walk towards one of the urns, it moves slightly, shakes, and you notice, and you stop, and then you hear a squeaking sound, and you see a small creature. You see little hands, probably the size of the little hands are like the size of your little finger, and this small creature wearing a small kind of like vulture bone helmet with little glowing yellow eyes peeks above the edge of the urn, and it goes, "Hey, you!
Yeah? Hello?
Give me a potion!
What kind of potion are you looking for?
Give me potion! Give me!
1 minute.
No potion now! Give me!"
Fucking potion addicts.
Well, I don't know if I have one, so I'm going to see if I can get you one.
Give me potion!
Okay, and I'll go and see if we have a potion somewhere. Just
Okay.
someone that we don't really need.
Elsif doesn't have one.
Do we have any potions in the bag of holding? Potion of behold. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, we're not gonna make this thing a beholder, Anna. Fuck that.
And I'll return and I'll just... sorry, don't have a potion. Is there something else I can do for you?
Give me potion!
Okay. I'll just, dig out a vial from my pack and, fill it with fresh water.
Okay, do you hand it to it?
That's, best I can do.
It reaches its little tiny hands out, grabs it from you, uncorks, drinks it. No potion! Throws the vial past your head, and it smashes, and as you look back, the urn shakes slightly, and you can no longer see it.
Rude. I'll turn the urn upside down.
There's nothing in it. It's empty.
Fine, be that way. I'll start ritually casting Tech Magic in here.
Okie dokie. Alwyn,
Yeah.
from your point, you definitely begin to see with your sight, you don't actually see anything with your actual eyesight, but you see a glimmer of a magical aura on the horizon.
Okay. The horizon being quite far.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep my eye on it and see where it's heading.
Okay. And after, behind you, you hear the zap of Macral getting shocked as he's trying to cut the skull off. You turn around and look back, and things definitely, after about 30 minutes, the thing's definitely coming your way.
You might want to hurry that up down there. I think we got something coming.
Sorry, what's that?
Said you might want to hurry it up down there. I think we got something coming.
Is it another dog?
What's coming?
I don't know. It's quite far off, but it's definitely coming our way.
Tick, tick,
Right.
tock goes the Feywild clock. Linearos thinks he has the biggest cock.
If something is coming, Elsif and the machines fly up on this thing here and position themselves
yep.
here.
You actually know that you, when you were inside, you did see a set of, switchback stairs that led up to that balcony.
Yeah, but Elsif can fly and so can her death machines.
Fair enough.
I'll continue casting my Detect Magic depending on how far out it seems to be. If it's clear that's going to be here in 1 minute, then I'll stop. But otherwise,
Yeah. Nope. After the 10 minutes is up, Linearis, you finish casting, and when you're keeping an eye on this point getting bigger and bigger in the horizon. And inside Linearis, you find that there are 2 sets of magical sources in here.
Okay.
there's a source of abjuration further in near the cave-in. A sort of it's barely peeking through like a large sandstone chunk, like a bit of boulder.
Yeah.
And the next, if you let me open my goddamn notes, Roll20 is super slow tonight. Can't like.
On tonight's episode of the Mokhul Empire, we advise everyone to switch to Foundry VTT. Although we are not sponsored.
We are not sponsored by Foundry, but yes. Alright, so the other one is a source of magic on the finger of a skeleton. You notice it. You didn't notice it beforehand, but there's a ring on like a skeleton's finger, and as you pull it away, it's giving another source of abjuration magic.
What's going on? Sorry.
A ring that was on the
Okay.
finger of a skeleton's hand.
Okay. I'll take the ring and I'll have a close look at. There's all the source poking out. You said.
Yes, so as you approach, it's behind a sandstone boulder, and you have to wade through water up to your waist and then climb up onto some of the rubble. But there's definitely something behind this, and as you get close to it, you can see it ripple out, and it stops in a specific line, in a square line, which is very reminiscent with auras over doors. It's like in the shape of a door.
Okay, I'll step back a little bit and mage hand it.
Okay, so as you touch it, there's a flash of light, and frost begins to like form over the boulder and over the water, and then the door just kind of moves forward, and then classic like mummy style just slides to the side, leaving maybe a 4-foot gap to try to squeeze, like get through whatever it is.
Okay, does that drain the water? Or
You can feel a slight tug, yeah, where it's being drained, but ever so slightly because that boulder's in the way. So it's like, putting your finger over the top of a tap. It's very slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll give a shout to everyone else outside. Found something in here. We can definitely enter something. Macron, I need your help a little bit. There's something blocking the passage a bit. Would you mind?
Okay, because Macro will make his way over once he's done. I couldn't find where the portal was, but I've got it now. To the bottom.
They'll just find a magical corpse of a dragon. We've completely taken this thing apart.
Yeah, I still want its skull. I've just not done a very good job. Still quite. You know how bees can still sting you after they're dead? These fuckers can still electrocute you, apparently. My mouse is now on charge, and it's still being shit. I don't get what's going on.
Alright, so what's the group doing?
Macro's going to help Laneros move this thing that's in the way.
Would you like
Watching this thing that's coming towards us.
Maisie, what did you say, sorry?
Just asked if they would like some help.
No one seems to reply to you.
Well, I just point at the giant boulder and be like, if you think you can help Macra with that, then yes, by all means.
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I thought so.
Alright. So, as you're...
Do you want the athletic chat then?
I do, but... Owen, you're beginning to see the outline of a humanoid appearing, shuffling, almost limping across the desert towards this area.
Okay. Standard size humanoid?
Slightly taller, bulkier.
Okay.
You start to make an outline, wearing kind of like what looks like levers. There's a sheen on some metal on this figure, and as it gets closer, maybe about a mile away, you can definitely see it's a bugbear.
Okay. Is Macross still fanning around with the dragon, or has he gone on?
No, he's gone inside to try to help them lift the boulder.
I'll
Use a
shout to see
crowbar.
if I get a response, and if not, I'll start heading down.
Right, yeah, so Macro, give it a shove, and you literally manage to pull it away, and then at that moment, all of the water in that spring just drains away, like floods into this doorway, and you can hear rushing of water just disappearing into the darkness. And then you hear Alwyn's voice echo into the temple itself, calling for you.
He walks out. What's up?
Didn't you say your aunt came this way or something?
Oh, my sister. She's around here somewhere. Fuck knows where. Why?
He just kind of points off in the distance towards this figure.
Alright. He'll climb up the stairs that Olwen made.
We'll be able to tell if they're related once she's in smelling range.
Definitely looks like some kind of bugbear.
And approaching after maybe another 20 minutes, Makra, for the first time in 4 or 5 months, you see Nolzol, your sister, approaching with a limp. She has a set of javelins slung over one shoulder and a greatsword over the other. And she looks up to you on the horizon and she has to hold her hand up to block the sun. Are you going to help me then?
Yeah, he goes and runs up to her.
She stops for a moment and just stares at you.
Harsh desert environment suit you well.
It took you long enough to get here, didn't it?
Been busy.
Busy? Busy with what?
Yeah. Killing the God King, saving the world.
Yeah, I heard that the God King died. That was you?
Who else was it going to be?
She bursts out laughing and then jumps in for like a hug. He goes, well, I wish I'd been there.
Well, you've been gallivanting off in the desert for whatever reason, haven't you?
I had dreams, Makra, telling me to come here.
Yeah, and the reason I'm here. Just took me a bit longer to listen to.
Orwin just awkwardly third wheel walks away. And I'm gone.
Who's your new friend? Who's the kid?
One of the new companions. We've got a few new faces, to be fair, since you last seen. I think all of them are new faces, actually. I don't know. You don't recognise any of them.
Yeah, as she walks in.
One, he's gone. The
Quick,
dwarf.
roll initiative! I've spotted a giant, vicious, ugly troll!
What the hell
Yeah,
is
you gotta roll
Ripper?
Nolzo just laughs and then looks around and goes, looks like you got yourself another group of people willing to go on a crusade for you, just like you did last time. What happened to Chester? I hear he's got a statue back in Mokhul now, right in the shadow of our house.
Yeah, that's a nuisance. I don't think Mokhul's much longer for this plane of existence, to be fair. It's about to be under attack, so whatever dreams we're getting, we need to deal with that shit pretty sharpish, I reckon. And then get out of here. Just killed the blue dragon down there. Quite impressed with that.
She looks at the pile of mush. Because that's why I came here. Saw the lightning.
Oh yeah, fucking hell, I bet you could see that from quite far away. Yeah, we packed it shit in. It looks like there's a way down here. We're hoping it's the Crystal Waste. Have you managed to find another way down yet, or?
I've found several.
What, did they just not led to where we need to go?
No, every time I get down there, I get chased out.
Don't think we'll get chased out. We'll go down this way as well, see if this one's got a little bit less resistance than the ways that you've been trying to find. How are you doing for food and water? You alright?
I'm pretty good, yeah. I found an orc a couple of days back. Bit crazy by a fountain. So I, shame to say it, but stole some of her stuff throughout the night.
Yeah, we must have just missed you because we bumped into her as well. I think that fountain made her a bit nuts.
Yeah, it did. So, what are you dreaming about, brother? Because I've got something specific. It's like a forge of sorts. I can remember Pa took us there when we were younger.
Oh god, no, nothing to do with that. The big guy, part bugbear, part dragon, and then some squid beasts, mind flayers, I think these call them.
They're the ones that chase me every time I get down there into the crystal burrows. They're the ones that chase me off.
I don't fucking know they're that prevalent.
They've got these little brains on legs as scouts, run really fast, try to convince you to come in.
That sounds petrifying. Let's go push the shit in. Alright, come on. We'll make a move. Macro heads back down into this little cavern that we've got.
Individually, she introduces herself to you all. She says, "Hi, I'm Nozo. Nozo Ra. This fucking idiot's sister." And she's got like a prominent limp as she walks in.
Yeah, Alwyn.
Alwyn.
I'm not entirely sure of my name right now. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry,
you
what?
too.
Sorry, what was
What's
that,
that you
Daenerys?
just said? Yeah, the way you said you didn't know your name, and Daenerys just goes like, "Sorry, what?"
I'm just not entirely right sure.
What do you mean?
Well, do you know it?
Yes, and I would tell it to you if I thought that would alleviate my worries in any way, but it won't. So, what
So-
happened to you?
Nothing in particular? Am I talking to my conscience? You look a little bit like a ghost.
No.
You guys see it too, right?
Not
No.
really. Maybe you should stay out of the sun for a while.
Oh, spooky. Only, I'm just seeing things all over the place. A giant owlbear that likes to mush up dragons' dogs. A little troll with a toolkit over there, tinkering away with his little sex robots. And you, I'm not quite sure what to make of you.
Do you guys think Jester just talked a retarded girl into marrying him?
It'd explain a lot, to be fair, but this is quite peculiar behaviour, even for... Maybe it was that virus, maybe it was that thing that bit her earlier. And maybe she's got like some swamp fever or something.
I think it's been going on for a while since before that. Seems to have these kind of switches of mood. Well, more personality.
Hmm.
Yes, perhaps something not quite right. You
You think
sorry,
I'm
my
weird?
name's Daenerys.
Oh, the one with the large cock.
That was not directed at you, but
Well, I don't think, in fact, that
What?
you have the largest urinary tract. I think you just have a knack for being a giant twat.
Wow, I like this one.
Why?
Should we go back? I
No.
know code of cold.
Nozel shrugs and goes, "Strong female character, I guess." he just walks past you into the temple.
Yeah, maybe you should see a cleric at some point.
Righto. And in the meantime, can you answer me this? She looks at Elzeth. Are you a boy or a girl?
I don't get paid enough to interact with you. I don't even
Oh.
get paid.
Definitely a girl.
Are we stopping here for a bit longer then? Or are we making a move? Because
Well, we just opened a cave, didn't we?
yes,
well-
we should head inside.
I could do attending to my wounds, but if everyone else is happy to forge on, I can keep going for a bit.
What have we been doing out here for the last hour and a half while I've been working?
I don't know, I'll lose myself when I'm enjoying myself, to be fair. Come on then, we'll make a move. You can't get a short rest whilst I'm butchering shit, I imagine, can I?
No.
No.
If anyone had got a short rest, it would have been Alwyn just sitting there looking out onto the desert doing nothing.
I mean, for a majority of the time, Elsa just wasn't doing anything after
Yeah.
the first investigation, so I feel like I got one.
You know what? I'll take it. So
Yeah, so-
hit dice.
I reckon, everyone but Macra basically got a short rest because he was just hacking away.
And Macross probably already needed it most, brilliant.
Yep.
Elsa of Spectreful.
Yeah, you did take quite a lot of damage from the teleportation going wrong. I don't know how much hit dice you've got left anyway.
Never mind.
I guess
No,
an
go
hour
on.
is over now, right? The turrets are gone.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Macro makes a start then. We'll start exploring this new cavern that we've opened up. Is there still a stream of fresh water coming in from somewhere?
No, it's stopped now.
Oh, that's annoying.
It's like, okay, so the water it seems like it seeps through the walls in this temple, and then like slowly drips down. Over time, it forms that sort of spring that you had seen. But the moment you open that door, it had just poured out. Yeah, and you guys enter, and Macro, you enter into a very. You enter into a tunnel that descends, and the tunnel has some sandstone stairs that are now slick with wet, and on the walls are some ancient hieroglyphics, kind of like adorning the walls all the way down. And at the bottom,
Maisie, what do these hieroglyphics mean?
Oh shit! Never mind. Told he's muted.
Todd.
Oh, it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, sorry. Give me a moment. I'll just have a quick read.
Are they in Dwarvish?
What? Because she'll read them. What do they say?
Oh yeah, so most of the hieroglyphics are telling the tale of a god called Tar.
Looks like it's about some kind of deity called Tar. That ring any bell to anyone?
Who are you?
I'm not sure if that was part of the question or if you're asking me. I could give you some kind of analysis later, but it looks like these are more important.
Are you taking the piss now, Maisie? Just because I said you need to see a cleric?
I'm sure I could see one if you think it would be appropriate, but no, I'm not taking the piss.
We're in dead West Country then.
No, for some reason I can't do it.
I'm sure I can see a cleric if you told me to.
I don't know who you are. It's the only one I can do. I don't know where you
It tells the tales of a Tar, Ptah, if you want to know his name, and he's the Mokhul god of craftsmanship. That's basically it. It's the creation of what looks like something called the 1,000 Urns.
Looks like it's about
interesting.
something.
I'd like to know a bit more about that.
Oh yeah, if that's some of the urns we saw and we gather up like the whole set, that's probably gonna be worth a lot.
Those of you who have it can roll religion.
Religion.
I know.
Or history.
Is this another religious artifact for Elsif to throw off a mountain?
When you say has it, do you mean actually proficient?
Yeah. I mean, you can try to roll it, but it's much more difficult, and you'll get much less out of me than if you had proficiency.
Okay, I'll try anyway. I'm not proficient, but I'm relatively smart, so...
Oh!
Okay.
Well.
So, Owen, you just remembered something from Gwandio. Gwandio once told you in your studies about the god that most merchants worship in the Mokhul Empire, well, the Nerian part of the Mokhul island, continent, and he apparently during the war of Ragnarok between the Asgardians and the Netheril, created something called the 1,000 Urns to house the ashes of all the dead. Apparently, there was so much dead, they needed so many funeral urns, and that some of these urns, if you can find them, are said to house the ashes of avatars cremated during the battle.
Well, I think you're right, Elsa. They're probably worth quite a bit. To some people, anyway. But, it's like a burial type thing, you know? Funeral urns.
Someone else better
Ashes
take
inside.
them. Make sure she doesn't throw them down a hill.
Any important ashes?
I think I remember Gwandia telling me that some of them belong to avatars and definitely some prominent folk.
Oh, you could probably sell those to some insane collector.
Oh, definitely. There's always a buyer for this shit.
What was the ashes from? Sorry, what was going on?
So, in the War of Ragnarok between the Netheril and the Asgardians,
okay.
the 1,000 Urns were built to house the ashes of the dead after the battles.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were like the avatars of Odin and all the Asgardian gods as well.
It definitely makes the urns quite old and sellable.
They're probably worth a fair bit, but you also probably piss a lot of people off.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Me?
You can teleport. Just teleport to somewhere where you don't know people, sell them, and then teleport to a place where people like you.
It's not really about, like, just getting away with it. It's about, your conscience and doing
What the
things
fuck's
right.
one of them?
Just so you know, the urns are like 5 foot tall. They probably had about 1,000 ashes of soldiers in them each. They're huge.
I agree with Alan. We should leave them be. Perhaps this is not the place they're meant to be in, and we should return to where they once came from. It seems like they were here and the dragon just took precedence.
Wow. You've gone full robot on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sounds like your phone interrupting as you're speaking. It's alright. So, at the bottom of this staircase, you find another door. With your vision, or when you don't see any magical markings on it. However, there is the symbol of an urn. Obvious, carried by 2 jackal-headed planetars as they hold it up. And behind it is the image of a sun. And you can see this fading kind of golden paint that's peeled off. And at the bottom here, there's all the water has gathered. So you guys have to to get to the actual door. It's probably about 5 foot deep here. And it goes on from about 20 feet in front of you. So the stairs go further down, and the door was quite tall, and you can just barely see this image in the door ahead, about 20 foot in front of you, shining in the blackness of the water, and it's just above the waterline.
Well, as I assume there's no stopping you, I think I'll go wait outside and take no part in this. I wander back up and sit on top of that little thing up the stairs and just keep a lookout.
Owen, we'd like to find a way down into the Crystal Dark from here, so...
Oh, is that the plan?
Well, that was
Oh.
my plan, at least.
Yeah, there doesn't have to be any grave robbing.
Nolzo interrupts now and says, right, I've come across some of these doors before. They're littered around the entire inner crystal wastes. They're dedicated to gods and stuff, and you need to do stuff to open them. The way I got down on my first trek here several months ago was that one of the doors had already been opened by an adventuring party. So I followed in after.
Mm-hmm.
They died, but I got in through that door because it was stuck open.
And what did you find inside?
Oh, well, there was a cave led downwards, and I followed them. In fact, they knew I was following, but didn't seem to mind. And when we got to the bottom, there was a chasm. And they tried crossing the chasm, and as they tried crossing it, they were seduced by those brains on legs. And then they disappeared. I'm pretty sure they're dead.
Right, so that does sound like Crystal Dark entrance might be in the garden.
Yeah, and then the second group I followed that went down there, they got a bit further, right? And I helped them kill a couple of the squid faces. And then when we moved further in, there was this thing above a doorway. And it flashed. And as it flashed, they all just turned on one another. They started killing each other.
Hmm.
It was like a golden flash.
Could you lead us to one of these other entrances? Is it nearby?
Yeah, but it's far away. I mean, that was 3 months ago, I think.
Oh, right, so not nearby then. Okay, clear.
Close.
Well, that does sound like we should investigate this then.
Well, that we shouldn't or should investigate this.
No, we should. We should see if there's a way down here.
Oh yeah, definitely. How do you reckon we get this open then? It's got the urns on there. Does it just want us to bring one of the urns down?
Well, that's a question. Let's
Okay, hear me out
see
here.
what we can do. If you give me a little bit of time, I'll figure it out.
Can't Owen just dig under the door?
I'll start casting Identify on the door.
Because we're trying to get into a cave, and we are in a cave, and there's just a door that's blocking our way. Can't we just dig under it?
Alright,
Of
so
course, there's potential for that.
I just want to interrupt there for the Identify. You find out that it is missing charges.
The door is missing charges.
Yeah.
Okay. Seems it needs to be fed with something.
I don't know what that means.
But it must have some way of replenishing its charges, and in order for it to open, it must have some.
Is it possible that the door opening doesn't relate to the charges, but perhaps it was trapped previously and now the traps have been triggered?
Potentially. That leaves us with the question, how do we get it open?
What is the door like again, Liam?
So you've got like these images, hieroglyphics describing obviously Tar, the god of craftsmanship, all the way down. Then they join either side with images of jackal-headed planetars holding aloft an urn with sunshine in the background. The urn looks, just now when you've cast Identify and you've got a closer look, looks slightly broken, as if it's like been pieced back together with gold inlay that's flaked off. Kind of like that Japanese art putting things back together with like gold. That is the water line at the moment, because the water from behind you's flooded this. So the tunnel goes on for another 20 foot in front of you, and it's roughly about 5 feet deep and getting deeper as it goes down.
Do we see any broken urns?
Or up in the main temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see several broken urns. Yeah, there's about, like, you get quick count, there's about 200 of these 1,000 urns up here. Some of them are broken, and some of them, one's on its side where Lineros had emptied it, and it was empty anyway. There was nothing in it.
Is there like one of those classic, there's a hole in the ceiling things where light is shining on one specific urn?
Is there a quest urn?
There is not, but you can take another look around if you want.
At this point, Naros will remember that you also mentioned that there was a magical ring, so I'll go back and have a look at that, because I completely forgot.
Yep, okay.
While people are doing stuff, I'm gonna dig some trenches to drain water.
Alright, so you're draining the water away from the bottom.
Yeah.
Are you like basically widening the area at the bottom so you create like a more shallow?
Yeah, so I'll just like dig some trenches on the side for it to drain into or something.
Yeah, you notice as you're casting spells to do this that your Mold Earth spell does not work on the blocks that create the hieroglyphs. If you try, it just like there's an anti-magic field around the hieroglyphs and the rocks surrounding it. It just doesn't seem to affect it at all. Okay, yeah, and you managed to shallow it out to maybe about 3 foot deep after about 15 minutes worth of work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just keep going until something else happens with like someone else.
Yeah, so you've
That's
got
my contribution at the moment is
so now the stairs go down, they flatten out towards the door, and then you've just got a load of these kind of like steeped Minecraft like ditches which then empty the water either side, so you've now got kind of like a U shape over the top of the stairs that drains the water either side. Yeah, so that makes it a lot easier to get nearer the door, which reveals beneath the water that there's a reflection of the two planetars holding the urn. And this one, the urn's not broken, and the sunlight is no longer sunlight, it's a moon, kind of crescent moon behind it.
Alright.
Yeah, and Elzef, you find nothing. Just looking around, it's just tons and tons of urns filled with sand and ash.
Yeah, I feel like Elsef at this point is like Anakin and the second Star Wars episode, she's just standing around like, oh, I hate sand.
Cause.
So I'll go back for the ring and identify as well, and then remember that I've probably pocketed it, actually. So...
What about making some kind of urn as a gift for it? You know, if it's a god of craftsmanship.
Or maybe fixing one of these that are already broke.
I could fix the urns that are here. I'm not skilled in pottery. I could make one out of metal. A wooden urn?
Wasn't the one down there fixed with like gold? Can't you fix these with like gold as well?
I mean,
have you tried hammering gold onto a pot?
How can you not melt it and pour it on?
How is it gonna hold Macra?
I don't think you need to worry so much about the pots, he's a god of craft, so craft something.
But just anything.
I suppose so. It's like an offering, right? I don't really go in for religion, so I'm guessing a bit here.
I guess Elsef is just gonna start carving, like, a hammer out of a dragon bone.
Sorry, guys, I was in the middle of typing, so I just I'm currently just writing something up for Arne. Yes, you begin. What spell are you using to do this?
I'm just.
Oh, just use woodcarver's tools. Yeah, you begin. Like what bones that Macra hasn't absolutely butchered. You begin kind of you take part of the femur out, and then you break off some of the finger bones and some of the like the bones in the feet. And then begin using some rope and stuff like that and create a makeshift hammer.
And then she slaps it against the door and sees if it opens.
It does nothing.
Well, either it's more specific than just crafting anything, or I guess the god of crafts doesn't like hammers.
Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't like you hitting his door with it.
Maybe. What about
Shouldn't
these
have
two
put the
charges?
door here.
What about 2 charges? Do you reckon we can try and give it more charges somehow?
Well, we need to find out what gives it charges. Maybe
How do we find that out?
well, some magic items, get charges at dawn. Some have to have specific stuff you need to do to gain charges, which I imagine is the case here.
So that's what we try and do by crafting stuff, right? Okay, that makes sense.
What material is the door made out of?
Looks like it's made out of sandstone, but like I said, any magic cast on it, like mold earth or anything like that, seems to just sink into it as if it's like made out of like an anti-magic material.
I mean, Elsif is an artificer. If she makes magic items, she's also gonna just identify it as a ritual.
Okay. Arne, I'm about to share a file with you. That's the ring. There you go. It should appear. I'll put it under the characters folder so that you can see it above the Amulet of Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. You cast Identify on the door, and get basically the idea that it's built into 2 sections. There's actually because the way that Lineros had cast it on the section above. It seems to be 2 doors that are completely firmly shut that will open like a mouth opening. However, the bottom door also has 0 out of 1 charges, and the runes, the hieroglyphic runes, all kind of are attached to both the top and the bottom. They kind of stop equally on the gap forming both. Mm-hmm. The door, it's got some sort of symbolism. The Identify spell is picking up some empty magic, like it's a shell of something. It requires something to be powered.
Is there slots where you can put anything in?
No, it doesn't seem to be, other than the indents that make up the moon and the sun.
Oh.
Like I said, they look like there was paint or something on those, like silver or gold, like gold on the sun and silver on the moon, but they're just faded over time.
Okay. Well, I think you and I can handle this. Seth, do you have some sort of bowl made out of ceramics? Something that you would melt metal in normally.
Well, if that's part of the smith tools, maybe. Does it say in the description of the smith tool?
Like a mini crucible, basically.
Yeah, I imagine it would be part of the smith's tools. all the Tinker's tools. I have like 5 different tools. You want to just melt some gold and some silver coins?
Yes.
Like, you could just give me the coins and I'll just cast my spell and we'll be done with it.
Very well.
Okay, so where are you casting this spell? Down in front of the door? Back in the temple?
Well, I think the idea is we're just going to take enough silver coins and enough gold coins. So Elf can just use... I guess you can just use smith tools. How long is it going to take to... Oh, you'd need a forge, right, to make like a metal plate.
Yep.
So Elf's just going to cast fabricate on a bunch of coins and make like 2 plates that fit right in the holes.
So where are you?
Gold one.
Where are you when you cast
Owen will
fabricate?
just don't cast it near the thing. I think there's some kind of anti-magic field around there.
Okay, Elf's going to take like 20 paces back outside of like the secret cave.
Yeah, we could just test, right? Like, I'll just cast prestidigitation at that point to see if the anti-magic field is still affecting us.
So, yeah, it's over a period, Orwin and Linear, you realise that it's only when you cast a spell directly at the runes on the wall. Or, like,
Okay.
so you can cast inside, you can, like, cast in a tunnel, you can, like, throw a spell at the door, like, you can cast prestidigitation, and the spell hits it, it just does nothing to it.
Notice this spell is actually casting time of 10 minutes. Never noticed that before. Just
What type of magic's the door?
Like I said, the detect magic, like, site isn't showing up any.
So
Oh, that's annoying. I thought you might be able to cast the same type of magic as what the door's showing, and that might work.
I'll subtract
If it
20
relates to our god, I
silver,
suspect it's some kind of divine magic.
20 gold.
Might try to cast some divine stuff at it.
Could you just, Macra, thanks for the suggestion.
Well, I'm getting bored, so this happens when the barbarian starts theory crafting, okay?
Elsa comes back with the plates and just slots them into the indents.
You go and play with your dragon for a while.
Yeah, Knowles was like,
Yeah, my goes to the dragon.
they think you're an idiot.
Oh, they don't think. They well and truly know.
Well, they're not wrong.
Go on then, Nuzlo. How the fuck do you get in the door?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Shut the fuck up.
Cast some magic at it and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, shut your trap.
She shrugs. And she reaches into her backpack and pulls out a hip flask and begins taking a few drafts of it.
Michael just scowls at it.
I see where your kids get it.
Ah, how
Yeah.
are they? I've missed them.
Don't care.
Last thing I knew was I left them with your wife. How's she doing?
Oh, she's dead again.
Ah, well, tough luck, eh, buddy?
No, I did it.
What about that orc? You're pretty fond of her.
Yeah, she's dead.
Oh man, bad luck to be with you, right?
Apparently so.
I guess it's no coincidence that you're the only surviving member of the previous lot of your party, right? I mean, they're not around.
Well, I'm not going to say I outlive shit.
Mm.
The rest of them are actually still alive, to be fair.
Oh really? I thought Chester would die pretty quick, sharpish like.
No, he surprisingly survived.
Really?
The grumpy dwarf, he's still alive. The happy dwarf, the one that likes to kill dragons, but never actually killed any dragons. She's happy and still kicking.
Really? Who's that?
What did you say? Sorry.
Who's that? I don't remember her.
Oh,
The one that got beaten up by apes.
yeah, that one. Yeah, monkeys did her in.
Yep.
The one.
Right, cool.
I had like the highest boss kill count while she was in the party, but no one remembers that.
At that moment, Elsa walks past with her silver and gold plates, walks down, and yeah, they fit in. So you put it into the and you used fabricate to make these, didn't you?
Yeah,
Perfect.
but they aren't magical, I think.
No, they're not. But as you slot them in, immediately the moon, as you slot the silver plate in, you had no way of really, keeping it stuck to the wall, like actually keeping it there, but it does. And then there's a kind of like a charge through the door, and the urn turns into a kind of like the broken parts of the urn kind of like glow silver, and then move up. And then she lift up and put the gold sun plate in. it lights up the broken parts of the pottery there with gold, and the wings of the planetarts burn gold and silver respectively, and then the door opens up, and there's like a musty kind of like basement smell that just kind of wafts up to you all.
Open sesame.
That's grim.
Open what?
Sesame.
I
It's
don't have
the-
any seeds on me, I'm afraid.
Just
What do we-
enter the fucking cave. Bugbear's
Right.
face.
It's quite interesting to see Elzeth on the receiving end of some literal humour.
Go on, Nuzlo. You first. You set the pace. We
Yeah,
don't
right.
leave you behind.
Yep.
To be fair, I thought there was a lot of humor in you cutting up your own veins.
You have a strange sense of humor, just like before, Elsa.
Oh, I also
Nothing's
thought it was
changed
really
there.
funny that one woman thought her daughter was still alive, even though that one must have passed away like 180 years ago. That would have been a sad family reunion.
Blinks and walks off.
So
Oh.
morbid. How long did it take? Ended up taking them to get into here.
Like
15
maybe,
minutes.
yeah, like no, it didn't. It took like another hour or so.
I'll get in. Macro had a long rest during that time.
Short. But as you're walking down into this cavern, following the slick stairs down, Nalzo looks at you, Macro, and says, "Hey, that's another thing I've got to ask you. Right, you know when you fucked off, left me with the kids, and then you went off and did that thing, the monolith.
Oh yeah, I say it's a fair
Yeah,
few things.
right.
Yeah,
So
go on.
I was walking through the desert like maybe 3-4 weeks ago, and I was attacked by this mongrel-looking thing.
Mongol.
A mongrel. It had like teeth, all in different angles, had insects following it. It looked a bit shit, kind of like a kind of grey-skinned werewolf, but it weren't, right?
Right.
It was pretty fierce, okay, but I put it down. But it wanted revenge on you. What did you do to it? It mentioned something about you throwing it off of an edge or something.
I've done that to a lot of things, to be fair.
Said that you had one of you was screaming about an axe, and then you decided to lift him out of his coffin and just throw him off the edge. He was angry at you for it. So,
Actually, that for a little while. Yeah, that might have been that.
and then he said something about you throwing him off an edge, and then coming to kill you and your children. So he wanted revenge by killing all of your family. And I said he probably doesn't even know you exist. So I put him down.
But accurate.
Why did
Oh,
you
was
do
he
all
one of
the
them-
fun stuff before I met you guys?
Oh yeah, we were way more cool when before you got here. You've really brought the tone of the party down.
Touche.
Okay, so the cavern opens up, and in front of you, you guys see the glittering of amethysts. Small amethysts protruding out of the walls either side of you. It's quite wide here, like maybe 30 foot wide, and it's colder, much colder than the outside. And somewhere in the distance, you can all hear water rushing water, like a cascade. And then a big narrow bridge, like that one you see the Gandalf says you shall not pass, like a very narrow archway leading over a chasm. And it's all kind
So,
of,
no, I can't remember the name of that bridge.
yeah, Khazad Doom. But anyway, it's all kind of like slick, and it's got stalagmites or stalagmites hanging off of it. And as you walk over
Tights
the
then if they're hanging.
yeah, stalactites, and they're all hanging off the edge. And above you, you can hear the drip of water. And as you pass onto the other side, there's a wide balcony-like platform, all carved up. And Nolzol pokes some of it with her sword and goes, "Hey, I recognise this area. This is part of the Crystal Dark for sure. Bugbear's built this." She points to the stonework around you.
It did look particularly awful.
Yeah. We never did boast a wealth of architecture. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
never really one of our strong points. We'll leave that to the dwarves.
Man, am I glad to find you guys. She just suddenly bursts out. Following, just trying to get down here by myself or with basically idiots.
What exactly was your reason for wanting to get down here?
I want to get to the forge. Seems that whatever the God King did to us is fading. I keep dreaming of this forge. For some reason that my father showed me. And ever
Is that all you
since...
remember from the forge? Oh, we need your daddy. He could like explain the dream to us again.
Yeah, well...
Look at Olwen.
Well, I could send him a message, but you won't get much of a reply.
Yeah, probably not. Do you not have any like of his abilities like that, like see dreams and stuff like that?
Daddy's
No.
boy.
Not really. Sorry.
You've not inherited any of that power, then?
No, I didn't really inherit anything. I did tell you before, I am adopted, you know.
Adopted? What? You're the spitting image of him.
We look nothing alike.
And you got, like, obviously we've come across that whole detail with Maisie being his half-sister, right?
Oh, yeah. Kurt knows this fully. Macro doesn't get.
To be fair, I'm with Macro on this one. All humans pretty much look alike.
That's the joke he was making.
He doesn't remember his kids in the best of days, so if he's going to remember that small fact, it'll be a miracle.
Maisie, you haven't been around for anywhere near enough to be given lip like that.
I feel like this is the only okay version of Macy.
Yeah.
One that's exactly the same as Olwen.
Okay, so as you stand there on the balcony overlooking this narrow bridge, you turn around and there's a stone archway built into the wall here that leads on into this cavern. But there is some writing on the walls here, and Knowles will point it out because you guys can see that it's kind of like a bastardized version of like Undercommon. With like very concentric circles and geometric shapes, but joining these, like calligraphy, joining letters to letters, are these white lines that glow ever so slightly. And from when you get nearer, you can hear the. And Maisie is does anyone actually know any Undercommon?
Maisie does.
Yeah. So Maisie.
Oh no!
Maisie, you can feel.
I speak Undercommon.
Okay, so you can read them, but you can't feel like the these. This is definitely writing done by mind flayers. However, the Undercommon is very basic here. It's warnings. And as you guys walk near, Maisie, you seem to feel the emotion. These lines are the telepathic emotions that join the thoughts of the script, whereas like you can definitely read it, Laneros, and it says long may the prince reign, and on the other column on the other side it says enter at your own danger, basically. Yeah, proceeding upon this point will result in death. It's actually a weird warning because normally they would not give a warning. However, Maisie, as you get nearer, the thrumming resonates with you. You can actually feel the emotions of fear and of kind of like trepidation of invasion, kind of like a feel of threat. Like this warning was in reaction to a threat.
I haven't seen writing like this before. It's almost as if it speaks to me on a emotional level.
And you get a slight image in the back of your mind, an image of a humanoid, kind of like illithid with a staff. At the end of the staff, you see 4 tentacles wriggling, and as it fades, like kind of the camera pans up, you see a golden mask, almost yellow mask, with wide wings out the side and carved tentacles built into it. And beyond that, you just see inky black eyes. Whoever wrote this looked like that.
This has been written by a very specific mind flayer.
Particularly powerful one.
Do you know a lot
I
of
would
mind
say so.
players?
I don't know, but I know this one in particular wears a golden mask.
Right.
Squidward.
I think I saw him once on a DLC for Skyrim.
You know what, mate? You do talk nonsense sometimes. I do worry about your
Sorry, allow me to track back.
mind.
Almost certainly this was written by a mind flayer. A dangerous creature, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
This one in particular, I would wager, is probably stronger than the usual type that we would fare with. So we should proceed with caution.
I thought all mind flayers were pretty fucking dangerous, to be fair. I guess we pushed that one in that underwater city shitting.
That's you then, Art. You'll be fine.
What do you mean we, and what do you mean underwater city?
Oh, yeah, none of you are there for that. You lot need to stop like dropping like flies.
Is
Yeah,
Alzheimer's affecting you, Macra?
Underwater city that used to be in a floating city, and then there was one of these squiddy fuckers in there. And we pushed his shit in.
By the gods, you
Yeah,
really
check
did
the
do all the
scroll
cool
out.
stuff before I got here.
Oh yeah, so like I said, so much cooler stuff before you got here. You really brought the level down. But yeah, you know, Chester's scroll of powers. One of them was there.
Can I ask a quick question, Macrar? Because I'm quite concerned. You keep bringing this up, but how many creatures have you raped?
Oh, quite a lot. Quite a
What
lot.
the fuck?
What? What?
This does mildly concern me, I'm not gonna lie.
The amount of times that you've mentioned it, I worry for you.
I wouldn't
On a
worry too much.
Deeply,
but
deeply
I wonder
concerning level.
around in a party with a lunatic.
It will worry deeply.
Why
I
does
think
that
the only
worry
worry
you?
you should have, Owen, is about his vocabulary.
Why does that worry you? That
Right.
just sounds like normal goblinoid stuff.
Some kind of euphemism, then, I'm guessing.
I mean,
Yes,
all
so
they
the
do is
opposite.
rape and pillage.
And with that note, as you guys head further into the Crystal Dark, are we going to take a 5-minute break? Yay!
All in
Alright.
on the cheeky Ventos.
Yeah, all right. We're back. We're back from the break, and as the party moves further inward, the temperature dropping, the cavern becoming more cavern-like, less carved. You are definitely heading down, and it's like maybe 15-20 minutes worth of travel before you come to a split in the path, and either side, those of you with dark vision can, and especially Maisie, you can see completely through it. You can see a wide chasm open up, and great chunks of amethyst jut out of this chasm from all the roofs, from the cavern walls. There's massive chunks of crystal here, and they all have like some sort of inner glow, giving off like dim light for about 5 or 6 feet. And the scene is as you can see it.
I am going to cast light myself so I can actually see.
Yep, you cast light.
Well, this is just a pit, yeah?
Yeah, it looks like some sort of chasm that just kind of splits through. You can't see the bottom.
Well, Makra, I'm gonna tie a rope around my waist, and I'm gonna hand you the other end of that rope. I'm gonna fly across.
Alright then, mate. See you in a minute.
And Elsa flies across.
Alright, so Elzef, you fly across there.
I've always wanted someone to have this kind of setup and then have cast an anti-magic zone in the middle of the chasm, so when the party attempt to fly across...
That's literally what Arnie did to us on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, we flew over a cavern with lava at the bottom, and the flight just emptied, and we just fell in.
Yes!
Yeah, what, and died?
So good.
Yeah, well, 2 of our characters died. I basically became the Tabaxi version of Anakin.
My character didn't take damage.
What, you passed the deck safe?
No, this whole fight was just like dragging people away from the lava and hiding.
Yeah. Alright, so as you land on the opposite side, Elzef, you hear something in the back of your head. A very kind, feminine voice. What are you doing so far away from the surface?
Void Soul, can you take that call? I'm sort of busy here.
My pleasure. And you hear a squeal nearby, and something comes running out from hiding. And those of you, Maisie especially, on the opposite side, Elzef, you see Elzef's shoulders all shadowy and smoke-like, and it goes, "It's trying to get into your mind. Do not let it." And you see this small creature appear, Elzef. It's like a small humanoid's brain with legs. And it just...
for fuck's sake.
And it just says, "You're so far away. I can show you the way out."
Elsa flies back over the chasm.
Alright, can you make an intelligence saving throw?
I knew this was gonna happen. I'm not risking this shit. I'm gonna cast use Flash of Genius. Got a +5.
Okay.
I'll use Inspiration to get advantage on this.
Wow, you really don't want...
I really don't want to fail this nonsense.
Alright, so you take a total of 6 psychic damage as it tries to enter your mind and take over. I mean, you manage to pass it and it goes, "Oh, don't leave me." And then it runs off down the pathway, running away.
There's walking brains here on this side. How's your side of the chasm?
No,
We're
what?
looking alright over here.
Do you actually plan to use my rope to climb over, or are you just gonna teleport over? Because then I can just save myself the time.
I think we're gonna let Macro go first. I think he's probably the safest over there.
Elsif's gonna attach the rope to like one of these crystals. And then just fly back over the chasm to help out Macra when he tries climbing over.
Alright, cool. There is now a rope from like one crystal to another, I'm assuming?
I don't know when Macra attaches it.
Like there?
Yeah, I'll just try to attach it to something secure. It's actually going to take my weight, I imagine.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, you attach it over there. Like, are you keeping it tight?
Yeah.
Yep.
I want it tight enough so I feel like it's actually going to be able to take on weight. I'll probably get Elsa to like fly underneath me just in case like I fall off.
She does like that hover hand thing where she's ready to grab you.
Yeah.
But it's like, she could probably touch you and help you more, but she's a bit disgusted from touching you, so obviously she doesn't want
She doesn't want to get her hands greasy. So Macron makes his way across. Do you want me to make a roll or something, Macron?
There's still honey in your hand. Still all sticky.
Alright. So how are you getting across? Just
That's
climbing?
right.
So you're like swinging arm under arm to get across?
Yeah, well, probably with his legs as well.
Alright, yeah, roll an athletics check.
Like in The Simpsons.
Yeah, it can be athletics or acrobatics if you want to try to use the rope.
18. God, that's a shit roll.
Yeah, so you managed to get like most way across. So halfway through, your leg kind of nearly gives off, and you go, "Oh!" and you are forced to look down into what looks like never-ending darkness. And then you just shuffle along the other side, and then pull yourself up onto the opposite side of the chasm.
Sound. Whilst I'm waiting on the other side, I'll light up a torch and throw it down, see how far it goes down.
Disappears.
Well, I can't even see the light anymore. Jesus Christ, how deep's that then?
I'll go next. I'm kind of intrigued by these little brains. Maisie will go next, I guess. Do you want her to make a check?
Yeah, you can either use acrobatics or athletics. Bearing in mind, you've had a short rest now, Maisie, so you've got your spell slots back.
Oh, cool.
That's how warlocks work. Oh yeah, perfect. 20 acrobatics gets you across. Just fine.
Quite fun. High risk. Oh, little brain.
Right, guess I'll give it a go.
So, Owen, you begin basically copying everyone, climbing across. And then halfway through, you fall.
Cool.
And Owen disappears into darkness. Anything you want to do, Owen?
Yeah, I mean, Elsa is
with
there
that.
and grabs him, right? Because she's like helping people across.
I mean, does Featherfall stop you going at terminal velocity, or is it just stops you at the last moment? Oh yeah, 60 feet per round. So can you travel 60 feet per round, Elsa? Oh, you could dash, couldn't you?
Anyway,
Yeah, she can
after
just
I've
dash
cast
and grab on.
Featherfall, I will cast Fly.
Okay, there you go. That would have really hurt.
Well, it wouldn't, because I cast Featherfall.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah, never mind. All right, yeah. So you cast Featherfall just as you fall. There's like I guess it's just silence. It's just a flap of the, like a whip of the rope going flying up, and you just disappear into darkness, and then just reappear, fly up.
Well, I'd hope to avoid that, but nevertheless, here we are.
How stable do these crystals look?
Very stable, but you can tell, Laneros, in front of you, the big one has snapped off at some point. There used to be some sort of connection.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Okay, so
not.
I'll walk out to the end of the big crystal,
Yep.
checking the footing as I go to see that now
Mhm.
cracks are appearing underneath, and then I'll just face step to the other side
That works for me.
and step over there, and then walk the rest of the way.
I thought about doing that, but I didn't think I'd trust myself landing on the other side.
I'm going to select Nolzol's rolls to all, but she rolled a 27, so she gets across just fine.
It's annoying, she's just outrolled me.
Yeah, she rolled a 19. She goes, oh,
Told
that
you
was-
the harsh desert landscape was doing you good. You were getting fat and flabby before.
Yeah, I know, right? You see, she has become real lean and muscular.
A quick vote here. Which of the people I half care about here would probably be considered the dumbest one? Do we agree it's Macra?
I agree.
I thought the prerequisite
Background
that you
also
cared
plays
about
a-
them.
I said half care about them, that's why I didn't include Macra's weird sister.
Even that seems like a bit of a push, but sure.
So between Macy and Macra, we all think Macra, right?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Elsa casts Intellect Fortress on Macra.
I'm upset that it's even a contest.
So for 1 hour you have advantage on intelligence saving throws. And resistance
That's
against
gonna help
psychic.
me. I'm pretty sure their DC are physically aren't going to be able to pass when I've got my -1 modifier.
Yeah, but I still have Flash of Genius, so I feel like with both together, I might be able to bust you through it.
There's a moment at the moment, Maisie and Elzef, where you are standing there and you see two creatures appear by the stair leading out of this chasm, and they just look up at you, these like as if they had eyes, and in the back of your mind, Maisie, you hear, "Oh, are you lost?" And then there's a sound of footfalls coming your way, and I'm gonna need initiative from you.
What is this? Is this the cave section of the Pokemon game? Do we need the hidden machine? What's it called? Flash.
We need some fucking super repellents. Keep these Zubat motherfuckers off us.
Fucking. I shouldn't metagame, I normally don't, but these fucking intellect devourer things are nasty little bastards.
Yep.
They are. They like nearly killed a character session 1 in Arne's Dungeon of the Mad Mage game.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Funnily enough, it was bugbears that had them in their brains, so...
Yep. Is that what they are? These are ex-bugbear brains. Is that how they get them? Beautiful.
Are they?
Yeah, these are the brains of some of Macrol's ancient peoples.
Alright. So they're smaller than normal intellect devourers.
They have hair on the brain.
Right, okay, Macro, you could see these two little brains, but you can also see some massive looking creature appearing around the corner.
Well, that looks fun.
Ugh.
Alright, so Macro, it's your turn.
Tentacles.
4. You're a creepy looking bastard. I know exactly what I'm doing with you. And firstly, though, he's going to rage.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got 3 left. And then he's going to big dick swing, I reckon. Let me not get in the way. Let's have a look, see if I can actually do it. No snapping. Can I get all 3 in a line like? Oh no, that's not one. It's not one. I'll zoom in a bit. There we go. Good, like there. Oh, come on, mouse. Or is it just lag? No, it's my mouse actually just turned off. Piece of shit. We go there. Yeah, that's all 3, I reckon. In a 15-foot line. So, recklessly as he does it. 1.
So, as you begin to swing towards them, Macro, something in your brain just begins to screech, like so loud that you're distracted. But they're both good hits.
All 3 should be good hits. 30, 28, and a 27. So 18 to the first brain, 26 to the second brain, 21 to the dude at the back.
Are we sure it's a dude? I don't want to shame.
Kink shame.
I mean, it's very fat. Could be either.
Don't want to assume.
Yep. Solid hit on the first brain, completely cutting it in half. The second attack just seems to really damage the second brain, and then as you swing through towards the ogroid, it embeds deep into its stomach, and then you have to rip it out, and all this bile comes with it.
Yeah,
anything else?
And I'll step there to try and trap the ogroid into the cave so he can't get out.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Alright, the ogroid's tentacles on its wounds lash out, like flap, and then they stick to you, Macro. Can you make an intelligence saving throw? And then a second one flops out and then sticks to the side of your face.
Ugh.
Can you make can you make a second intelligence saving throw?
That's
Right,
16.
so the first one flaps onto your head and you manage to grab it and then push it back and rip it free from your face, just as it like sends a screeching kind of cacophony into your mind, and you take 8 psychic damage from the first one, but the second one wraps around your neck up into your mouth, begins ripping parts of your throat out, and you feel just acid spray all into your throat.
That's a 16 on the second one, by the way. He has advantage.
Oh, does he have advantage?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, from the intellect.
And he takes half from psychic damage, so that was 3 psychic damage.
Oh, I forgot Intellect Fortress. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, you pass on the second one as well, and ignore that acid, and you take 6 psychic damage from the second one.
So 3.
Yeah.
That spell has already paid
Okay,
for
our
it.
resistance on psychic damage is beast on your board.
And then can Makra, Maisie, and Elzeth make dexterity saving throws as it begins to belch, and then you see a bubble appearing like an amniotic sac in its mouth, and then it just explodes, and acid goes everywhere. Alright, so Elzeth, Maisie, and Makra all take half of this, so 14 acid damage. Laniros, your turn.
Alright, so I see all this shenanigans happening around the corner. I'm not really too keen to get in there, but hey. I will step around the corner and deal with the smallest threat first, which is to deal with the intellect devourer. So I will frostbite it.
Okay. Let's see what it can do. It fails and dies.
Very good. I'll take 2 steps to be near the wall, out of line of sight here. That's my turn.
Alright. Maisie.
She'll step back. I think firstly and foremostly to about here, and I can't quite remember the hand movements for Cone of Cold. I think it's something like this, and she'll like do her hand movements and pop this.
Alright. Intelligence saving throw, I think? Yep. Youch. Yep. Fails, of course. Takes 24 psychic damage.
Nice.
And gets minus 1d6 from all of its rolls.
I'm not quite getting the same results, so might need another spell lesson after this.
Sure, you're doing alright for now, though. Let's keep it up.
Right. I guess Elzeth, you're up.
Elsif goes a bit far away from the giant stinking thing, and also from the enemy, and shoots a fireball.
Alright.
And this bonus damage with, where is it? Okay, firearm. Another 5, so 28.
The fireball splashes up against its body, burning and singeing away parts of the tentacles.
And enter.
Alright. Owen.
Yeah, firebolt seems reasonable. Quicken one as well.
Oh. Yep, that's a solid hit. And another, yeah, 2 good hits.
And I will move away from the edge of the cliff face.
The thing is on fire. Just burning up. All up its shoulders. Seems it was flammable somehow. It just... Shoulders are on fire, tentacles are on fire.
Liam, everything is flammable if you try hard enough.
It's true. Nozar moves to this cliff edge, sees it on fire, and goes, no, fuck that, and then runs off. And dodges over here next to Elzeth, brings her greatsword up, as if to try and parry off any attacks. Makra?
Makra was going to grab it and throw it off the cliff, but now it's a burning ball of fire. How dead does it look?
It's on its knees. It looks like it's about to...
It's bloodied, you'd almost say. Yeah, he's just going to recklessly swing
Macraw's got
down.
another creature on its knees in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Some
Right.
so tasty meatball.
How many features, Macra?
You bring up the Kopesh down, 1 hack, and then bring it back and stab into its stomach, rip up. And as you do, the flame touches the inner gas inside it. And there's a cacophonous... Can Makra, Maisie, Lanira... Actually, I think it's practically... Nope. Oh, you're lucky, Owen.
That's why I went and hid around the corner.
I'm afraid Laniros is just in it. Makra and Laniros make dex saving throws, please.
Bastard. So he just hears like the...
Alright, so it was only DC.
I get 18.
Yeah, it's DC 12. So you take a total of 12 fire damage, both of you.
Oh, that's really disappointing. I was expecting to be a proper.
Right, it's a fireball. It's a level 3
I
fireball.
was expecting more than that though, for some reason.
That's the end of combat. It looked like the.
I feel like gas explosions destroy houses.
It looks like it looked like the Intellect Devourer brought reinforcements, but it just wasn't enough to deal with you guys.
Well, that was gross. Guess we pushed his shit in though.
Well,
Macro smells worse than usual.
Does anyone have prestidigitation to do away with macro smell?
I'm afraid
Yes.
Kind of stands there like he's like about going to like a power wash or something, like a scare spray tan.
Yeah, not good then.
not. Are there any loose small crystals around, Liam?
There's plenty, yeah.
I'll just grab one of those just in case.
Okay.
Do they actually look like they're valuable, or are these generic?
They're not. They look like amethyst, but they're like some sort of like hollow crystal that glows from the inside.
Hmm. Well, do we want to move on where they came from? That seems to be the way to go.
Unfortunately so.
Okay, so are you moving that way?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, so you move that way, and the narrow cavern tunnels seem to go on for about maybe an hour, getting colder and colder, going further downhill. At one point, you guys stop to rest and then have to hop over a small stream, and from the other side, you see the stream joins a vast kind of deluge, it rains down onto a lower elevation where there's some sort of lake, and you can see amethyst crystals jutting up. But there is a way to get round the lake and go in a different direction. It looks a bit like twisting and narrow, and looks like it climbs between like stalactites and stalagmites that join one another. So you'd be like pushing between them. But then it looks like there's some a way to get down to the lake if you wanted to just cross the lake. So you've got two paths that you can take. It's up to you guys.
So the shitty path, or the obvious one?
Well, yeah, there's like a lake with the amethyst crystals all jutting out, or there's like a path that's kind of like really narrow where you have to squeeze between stalactites and stalagmites.
I could fly over the lake.
Yeah. Why don't you scout ahead of it? Actually, we'll hang fire here. Try to be. I imagine boots don't make any noise, even though they are jetpack boots.
I'm not going to go ahead by myself. There's intellect devourers.
Well, even if you're stealthy, that's not going to work.
This whole time we've been together, Makra, did I come across to you as particularly skilled in stealth?
Well, could you perhaps scout out where this difficult road takes us, so we know which choice we're making? Could you fly over and just have a look?
Lots of like flies up a bit to see where it goes.
Okay, so like it meanders for a brief period above the amethyst lake, like it opens up onto a platform, like a precipice that overlooks it, and then it shoots back on itself but goes up, kind of like switchback. Like you have to climb through this like forest of stone, and then you just goes back. Whereas the amethyst lake just seems to go off in the opposite direction.
So one way goes up, and the other one just goes pretty much straight.
Yes, I don't think we're looking to head up.
So across the lake it is.
Across the lake it is.
That would be the obvious solution, but let's keep it in mind.
Alright, so you're heading across the amethyst lake?
And Elsef is floating over them if the other ones want to go straight through.
Okay. I've put you on the map.
Oh yeah, that looks manageable.
So you head down following this current area that you're on twists round and is actually quite steep. And the stream that you saw earlier empties from the far wall over here into this sort of lake, and you see that from where you are, the lake is kind of like got this midnight black sheen to the top of it. You can't see how deep it is.
I'll be right back. Just need to go to the toilet.
Yep, no problem.
Tatty boy.
The map's not loading in for me, which is annoying. I shall refresh. I guess we make our way around then.
Alright, so how do you cross?
There's not
Question for you,
platform.
Liam.
Sorry?
Question for you.
Sure.
If Cone of Cold can freeze living creatures, do you think I could cast Cone of Cold across the surface of the lake to create a ice path across?
Yes, it can do that. However, it will not be like a thick chunk of ice. I'll say a few inches thick, like as you do it across. Like, if anything, it's going to be thicker towards the end because it's a cone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if I did it in like the crystal area, it would have something to kind of like help bind it together.
Yeah, the crystal looks like some sort of natural stepping stones, to be fair.
Yeah, I just didn't like the look of it, to be honest.
I mean, Elsef can just hold your hand and help you across while flying next to you.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah. In fact, that's really important. Although, saying that, Fly is a cheaper spell, but it only gets me across.
Yeah, it would also just like get you across. It's less cool. Let's be honest, it is less cool.
It is less cool.
Ruins a lot of puzzles as well. It's like, I fly across it.
To start off with, I would like to use Shape Water on a little area in front of me just to change the opaqueness to make it clear, just to have a look in it.
As you change shape water, it doesn't change the opaqueness. In fact, you move the water, and suddenly there's some sort of darkness still there. And I need you all to roll initiative. Jesus, you! Oh, I looked at it. Oh no, that'll trigger it. If it's got an aura of darkness, and you just saw it.
Kill him. Ugh. Rolling some shit.
Just need Elseth to roll a 7, and I will have been constantly one initiative behind her in every combat so far this session.
Hey!
There we go.
I'm gonna throw my nose really quick.
Perfect.
I roll initiative to Laniros. Maisie, are you actually there in that?
What do you mean? Sorry.
The map, sir. Are you where you are, or are you with the rest of us?
Yeah, she probably would have. Yeah, I probably would have been with the rest of you. Actually, yeah, I probably would have been about here.
Okay, cool. I need a initiative from Makra. Cool.
Yeah, it's just connection has been interrupted. Just waiting for it to load.
God damn it. Laniros will hold his action because, of course, he's not here. And I don't know what he would do. So... Oh my god, that initiative! Jesus. 18.
My second one.
18. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
Man, we're awful. We're just awful.
No, I should have a 16 to be fair, because I'll take my highest one down to have my 2.
Especially, Rocket is awful.
Yep, alright, so Makra, it's your turn.
Macro, can't see what the fuck's going on, and the map still hasn't loaded in for him, which is beautiful.
No, there's just water in front of you, and
Yeah.
it's Alwyn's parted it, and as he's parted it, the darkness has just stayed where it was.
Ah, that's worrying. I guess he'll just stand here and then ready an attack to batter anything that comes within range of him.
Oh, Maisie!
Yeah.
You can see straight through magical darkness, can't you? Your
Yeah.
devil's eye. Yeah, you see this hideous, blind-looking Leviathan just looking up at the group, ready to pounce.
There's a hideous, blind-looking Leviathan underneath that water, just ready to pounce at the group.
Oh fuck, are we fighting an Aboleth?
I was thinking, is it an Aboleth? It's the one D&D creature I know.
Yeah, Macro still can't see it though because he hasn't got magical dark vision, so he will stand out and ready an attack.
Maisie's fairly clever. Can she identify what it is?
You can roll a nature check.
Let's have a look. He says she's fairly clever. She hasn't given anyone any impression of that so far. Nature, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty good at
Well,
it.
she was a uni student before.
What you see is what looks like a giant golden sock with eyes.
It's a giant golden
With no eyes, sorry.
It hasn't got any eyes.
Can someone put a giant sock into her mouth?
Okay, so Maisie, it looks like it's got two giant ape-like arms that should be wings that like protrude forward, but they ending like claws. And then it's got two little arms like T-Rex arms underneath, and its back is elongated like a serpent's, almost like draconic, ending in a kind of spined tail.
I can't tell if this is just like a bad description of an aboleth or if it might be something else.
She relays that description to you and ignores the sock comment.
So Macron, what were you actually doing?
Standing and readying an attack to hit it once it comes in range.
Okay, Elzef?
Takes like a bunch of steps back and readies a firebolt.
Yep.
As soon as it does something, it's threatening, I guess. But she can't see it, right? It's a magical darkness, so...
Yeah, it's magical darkness surrounding it.
If she, like, sees anything come out of the darkness, she shoots where it comes from.
Alright, cool. Right, Maisie, you see it disappear. Instead of pouncing on you guys as a group, it swims forward into the wall under the... like, disappears. You can look, you can't see it. And then behind you, Maisie, and all of you notice, darkness wafts into your vision. You can't see a thing. And then Maisie, as you turn around, its head snaps out of the wall.
That's rude.
Hits you for 18 damage, 18 piercing, and 6 poison. And then it tries to pull you in.
Me, yeah?
Yeah.
18 damage, 16 poison.
No, 18 damage, 6 poison.
I imagine I need to see it for my reaction to go off.
Yep.
And I can't because of the darkness.
And then both of its claws rake your flesh for a total of 30 damage, 30 slashing.
I'd really like your help.
I will attempt to aid Maisie as she asks for help.
Okay.
She probably screams it, but I can't do that in an Irish accent.
I'll use emergency spell in conjunction with Soul Stream
Nice.
to allow her to take a spell as a reaction.
What do you want to do as a reaction, Maisie?
I'll use my free meta magic to do that.
Well done. That's a really good combo.
It saves me fucking 12 sorcery points.
So I can do something as a reaction now, yeah?
Yeah, you can cast any
a spell as a reaction.
Any spell? Fuck.
Mm-hmm. It's OP, but you can only do it like once for a short rest.
Make it big.
I'm just trying to think what she can do.
Oh no, you can do Soul Stream whenever you want, obviously, but yeah.
It costs me sorcery points, yeah.
Make it big, make it big, make it big.
Sure.
Hang on. Yeah, I will make it big. Just cast this.
Well, shit. And that is intelligence saving throw. Well, shit. Well done.
Hey.
It begins to thrash, of course. It's not liking that. So you've used your 6th level Arcanum.
Yeah. I've marked it off already. Does she manage to get free?
It doesn't get free yet. You've created some sort of illusion that it is shit scared of. Yeah, so on a successful save, the target takes 5d10 damage and spell ends. On a failed save, the target takes 5d10 psychic damage, and you may make the... Yeah, so roll the 5d10.
Yeah.
Alright, so it takes 32 damage. That was, yeah, a good one. Cool, so, Orwin, your turn?
Can Maisie extricate herself or not, did you say, sorry?
No, not with... Oh, with that, yeah, let go of you with that, for sure.
Cool, she like literally drags herself up onto the shore.
Yeah.
That's much appreciated. I don't know what...
Wrong way, that's where that is. It come out of the wall.
Yeah, come out of there.
Something's wrong with it. Hit it now.
It come out of the wall there.
Yeah, you would have moved that way.
Come out from. Yeah.
Which direction?
Behind you.
I can hear her next to me, so I'll kind of reach out and try and get her to point me in the right direction of it.
Yep, in fact, Orwin, as you're trying to reach out, That's not Maisie you're touching. You're definitely feeling some rough, sandy skin.
Right. Okay.
Like literally, it is right next to you. Like
First of all, I'm gonna roll a con save and hope for the best.
Are you strenuous casting?
I am.
Okay. What are you casting now?
Cease.
Alright, so as you cast, your entire body lights up blue, and then your eyes glow. And for a brief moment, the magical darkness dissipates for like maybe 2 seconds. And what you see in front of you puts pure horror in you. It is a grotesque Lovecraftian looking creature. Peering back at you. It's got no eyes, but it's got these feelers up the front of its snout that seem to be undulating around, feeling around, but there's like a darkness emanating from it that you can definitely see with your magical sight. That just fades back. It's very powerful. And that increases its DC by 2.
Wait, we saw it for 2 seconds, right? Can you reveal the token?
You really want to see it, don't you? Because it's only got its snout, not its entire body, so I can show you the handout if you want.
Also, did we skip over my turn because I was distracted, or did we just skip it?
Oh, I didn't notice. Sorry, Elsa.
I mean, that's not terrible. You revealed the entire thing.
Yeah, I know, because I wanted you to see the entire body.
So it's like a darkness in tier, right?
Yeah.
And I have no idea where precisely it is.
No.
So I could just be shooting any of the guys if I put anything in there.
I'm going to see if it's stunned first. Give me a second.
Right, it can't be stunned first because his turn is after mine.
Oh yeah, I know, but we're going to let you go afterwards because we accidentally missed you.
Okay.
But, okay, the power word stun, because of strenuous casting, only because of strenuous casting did it work.
What? Why?
Because you get +2.
But it's
DC.
just automatic.
Oh
It's
yeah,
power
shit.
word.
Oh yeah, no, so then it fails.
It's only on subsequent turns it gets to make the save.
Oh yeah, so the power word stun fails. Sorry. I thought it was a save.
Fails.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why does it fail?
Because it's got more than 150 hit points.
Oh. Oh, right. Oh.
Nasty.
Oh, you thought it
after
was
the-
like a sub-boss, but it's like a big thing.
I thought after the mental prison it would have under 150.
Done. That was... Anyway, Elsa, if your turn. I didn't read the spell. My bad.
I could just throw a firebolt in there, but it's like... I don't feel like that's gonna help much. Nor is gonna webbing all of you do us any good. Elsef just dodges.
You just dodge?
Yeah. I don't
Alright,
really have
cool.
anything to deal with magic.
Ollie's just come back and he's going to be like, what the fuck is going on? We'll have, you're just dodging, so we'll have Lineros take his turn now if he wants. So in front of you, Lineros, is this 20-foot sphere of magical darkness. You can't see Alwyn, Makra, Maisie, or Elzef. It's just literally in front of you, and you can hear fighting going on inside of it, and Maisie screaming about some sort of creature in it in the darkness.
Do I know how it got there? Like, did I see something happening before?
No.
Right?
What happened was, it seemed to be under the water as like an ambush, but it looked like Alwyn had revealed it, and then that moment it chose to try to strike, and it seems to have an aura of darkness following it around. Unless you've got true sight or blind sight, it doesn't seem to, dark vision doesn't seem to pass through it.
Okay, has anyone tried getting rid of it in a different way?
Yeah. It looks like you've heard some spells go off in there. You can't see the spells.
Okay. 1 second, let me check if I have something for that. I don't think so, but...
I do like aboleths.
It's currently in a mental prison as well. Maisie put it in a mental prison.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'll walk
It's
forward
also
a bit.
got a sizable chunk of HP we've worked out because it wasn't affected by power word stun even after taking damage.
Okay, I'll walk in and see if I can see them.
Nope. Inside the darkness, it's just blank. Just dark.
Okay, then after noticing that, I'll step back out. Just outside the darkness. Is this outside, or where would it start?
What was that, sorry? It
Where
starts
does
at
it start
20 foot. So just there where you are.
That's where it started. Okay, then I'll
Yeah.
take a step back. And I know where it is from the sounds, I guess, right?
Yeah, you could like make an attack at disadvantage or something like that if you want.
Yeah. Well, if I know where it is, then I'll just Oh no, that I can see. Sorry.
Yeah, a creature that you can see.
Then I will firebolt it instead.
That is a hit. And the darkness fades. Nice hit.
Okay. What do I
And
see?
I'll show you.
Nice.
A huge, grotesque-looking, kind of blind dragon-like creature with large 4 limbs and tiny, like humanoid limbs underneath. Yep, some held actions go off, so. And you hit with the first one.
Alright.
Cool.
After seeing that appear, I'll step around the corner.
Yep. Noel's old charges, lifts a greatsword high and goes for a couple of attacks. Hits with all 3. Yeah, some solid hits there. And then...
Missing the +1 on her bonus damage.
Is she? Oh, well done. I did not notice that. Thank you. I shall fix it. But Maisie, it's your turn.
Okay.
Okay. This feels right about now. I'm gonna try whatever this is. Holds her hand out, looks away as if she's sort of like turning away from sort of like a loaded gun. Hits him with this.
Alright, cool. You know you get to fire 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
The target. Alright, so 2 of them hit. For a total of 7 plus... Yeah, so 21 damage.
Cool.
Blasts, so you're currently under the Mana Soul, right? So it's actually force damage. So
Yeah,
you're blasting with force damage?
Yeah, force, yeah.
Yep.
I'm getting really good at this magic stuff.
There's like... and like blue energy just bursts out of Maisie's fingertips, striking the thing with its head hanging out the tunnel it's created.
Honestly, I thought it'd be useless. Ends my turn.
Alright,
Did you push it
Lineros...
back at all or reduce its speed?
Yeah, no, it didn't go... You did push it 10 feet away and reduce its feet, but it's got nowhere to go, it's just hitting the wall behind it.
We've reduced its number of feet.
Reduced its speed, sorry. Lineros, your turn. The reason why you're having another turn so quickly is you weren't here when the initiative was rolled, so...
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, so
That's
yeah,
cool,
we'll just
thanks.
start this normally. So your turn.
Yeah, firebolt it again.
Solid hit.
If it works, right?
Yeah.
Seems still under control for now, and then I'll get a cheeky step around the corner again.
Cool. Macro.
Muted.
Mm-hmm.
Still muted.
So I am. Macro goes to Pound Town. I'm just deciding whether to rage or not. Yeah, go on, I'll rage. Got 5, I may as well use them. I can't imagine it'd be long till we have a rest.
Well, you've got 4, because you raged last time, but yeah. Alright, cool. Roll a hit.
And recklessly attack twice. 27 and a 20.
Yep, 2 hits.
And that's him done.
Right. Elzef, I'll let you go first.
Sure. Elsef cast another Scorching Ray. 17 for 2. Oh.
17 misses.
+3. Jesus, these rolls. That's a miss. It's not my session, I think. Yeah, it's not my session.
Oh no, man, I'm sorry. And so is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. I'm not wasting anything more. This thing's got to
Oh, ouch. In its panic, surrounded by what it perceives to be danger, it uses its breath attack, and it just exhales this green acidic fume out at Macro, Alwyn, and Maisie. Can all 3 of you make con saves, please?
I'm giving Macy Flash of Genius for +5.
Alright, cool.
Con saves, yeah?
Yep.
Ugh, that is literally the worst roll I've ever seen.
17.
17 is a fail.
Fuck.
I tried.
Alright, so Macro, you take half of this. The other two, you take 53 poison damage.
53. I take it back. I should have.
It's a dragon.
Alright, and at that moment, right next to Macro and Owen, you turn and you just see Maisie frozen in the same amber that she had been frozen in for years, that Chester had rescued her from. Just seems to have just burst out of her and defend her.
How much was it? 53?
Yep. Obviously, you don't take it. You cast
So
it.
what takes it off the temporary, did it?
Yeah, it gives you, like, 10 hit points, but yeah.
How often do we get the 13 from Maisie?
Every short rest.
Alright, so I can give myself 13 HP back.
Alright, so... Owen, it's your turn.
Fuck it, let's go for that. Let's point at it. Get the fuck away!
Yeah, that's a good hit.
No, it's not. It's tragic.
Yeah, but it hits and it doesn't pass its save, so... The fact that it's also attached to the water that it dug up into the tunnel as well.
What did I say, lads? Fucking shitload of dragons in this area.
Macra, I don't want to break it to you. How is this a dragon?
Definitely a dragon. It just fucking breathe breath at us.
Yeah, as it's panicking behind its mental prison, Nolzol's hits are missing, and then she just gets a good one up into its, like, upper palate, shoves it up, then rips through, and it just, like, cuts part of its jaw out, which flies away and then splashes into the lake. She's like, finish it! Laniros.
Your sister is very agitated.
That's what bugbears are like.
So we'll attempt to finish it.
Yep, a hit that doesn't finish it.
Okay, well, let's go around
Yeah.
this corner, so...
Alright. Macro.
Macro does finish it. 2 reckless attacks. Wham. Wham. That's a 29 for 23 and a 19 for 19.
Following up from the wound that your sister made, you get in there with a Kopesh, cut down, giving it the Joker sort of smiley. As she cuts down one side, you run up both of you up to the top of its head, spin both your blades, and stab with a crunch down, and it lets out a squeal, roars, and then just slaps to the ground dead.
Little bitch. I didn't even need to get pissed off at that.
Macra, just because a creature can breathe doesn't mean it's a dragon.
It
Definitely
actually
a dragon.
It is a dragon.
It doesn't
Yes.
have wings.
It's a cave dragon. I don't know. That's what they're called.
That's not. Wizard's definition of a dragon is wrong.
Maisie, time, it's a dragon, isn't it?
Why the fuck would you ask for her approval? What if she says it's a dragon? It's a dragon.
She's still encased in amber, I assume,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she's encased in amber till the start of her next turn. No, the end of her next turn, right? So she just...
What are you saying, Macy? What are you saying? Macra is a fucking idiot? So there you have it.
Brilliant.
And then the amber just shatters into, like, kind of like ethereal glass that then just disappears.
Well, that's never happened to me before.
No, it has happened to you before. Just I went on a giant weird adventure to get you out of there.
Not spontaneously, though.
What, did you plan it last time?
I don't know. That's what I entirely meant. But... I don't know. This version has literally no comeback for Elzeth whatsoever. Every time you said something this session, I've been really, really gutted that Arlane's not here. Because he has 1008 comes back for everyone, regardless.
Alright, so as you finish the cleaning up after this fight, we're going to go ahead and end the session there and continue this next week, of course.